So this final video picks up where we left off in the last video. So we've uploaded our count data set, but now we want to consider the fact that we might not have perfect detection in our survey. And so if you have a sightability data set, then you can go over to this tab called radiocollared sightability and upload that data. And so I've kept it in the same folder that the count data set was in. And so once again, you should see a preview of your data. And so there are kind of two important things to note. So the first is that the column that has whether or not each animal or each moose was detected should be a column of zeros and ones, where ones signify that a moose was sighted and a zero signifies that it was missed during a sightability trial. And so they shouldn't be like yeses and nos or detected and not detecteds. So before you upload the data, just make sure to convert those to zeros and ones using either R or Excel or some other program. And secondly, if you have predictors for detection, which in this case in the simulated data set we do, called DET-PRED1 and DET-PRED2, the names for these columns must match exactly with column names in the count data set. So for example, I have DET-PRED1 as a predictor here, then I should also have a column titled DET-PRED1 in the count data set as well. Other than that, there aren't too many options here, so we just need to choose the column that has the sightability, which is called detected. I'm going to suppose that we have both of these predictors for a detection, so I'm just going to check both of them and then click submit. You should be able to see some output, and so the first tab of output just has some fitted logistic regression coefficients. You could kind of check to make sure that these seem reasonable with the detection data you have. Then you can go to the GSPE tab and follow the steps from video 2. So we already have all of the information input, so I could just click submit. And give it a moment or two. And then you should see some output that's really similar to the output in part 2 of the video. And so again, you have the option to get a report and get prediction data, which is formatted in the exact same way, except now that it incorporates your sightability data. So even if you do not have radiocollared data, you can still incorporate detection or sightability if you have an estimate for mean detection that's constant throughout the entire region, as well as a standard error for this estimate. If you have both of those, then you can just type them in under the enter estimated detection and enter standard error for detection. Note that you would not want to use both this method and the separate tab for sightability in the same analysis. Doing so would essentially account for detection twice, resulting in an inflated prediction for the total. And so that about covers the basics of how to use the Shiny app. There are a few extra options that I didn't discuss in the video, like if you have a specific region in your site of interest that you want to predict for, or if you want to create a map, if you have shapefile data. This is covered in the vignette on the package website. And so you can go to the website there if you are curious for more information.